Hello dear friends, welcome to this program, Our Moments with God, our moments with the Word of God, our moments with the love, mercy and compassion of God, our moments also with the holy ones of God, the saints of God, the martyrs of God, who set before us beautiful example of how to live for Christ, to live for God, to live for your faith, and you be able to or ready to even sacrifice one's own life for your faith. And today we will see some of them, but in the meantime I invite you to share the videos with others and ask your friends also to subscribe to the channel. Thank you. Today the church celebrates the feast of two saints, women saints, called Saints Perpetua and Felicity. Now, if you have noticed the litany of saints that we sing during Easter or during some important occasions, particularly then when the religious take their vows or very important occasions, then there is a litany of saints that is sung during the Mass and sometimes also during some other functions. Then these two names of Saints Perpetua and Felicity appear in that litany of saints. Now remember, there are thousands and thousands of saints in the church right from the beginning, but not everybody's name is included. That means these two saints are very important for the church. First of all, they were two women saints and martyrs. They were born in Carthage, which was an old Roman city in the northern part of Africa called Carthage. Now this place almost looks like an old Roman city with big gates. You see there, big gates entering there, and there at the back also there is a big door. It appears a bit like the old Roman city of Carthage. And these two, especially Saint Perpetua, was the daughter of a big Roman official. And they were born, I think it was in 180 or 100 a little earlier. And their martyrdom means along with Saint Felicity, took place in AD 203 at the very early stages of the church's growth. And how did their martyrdom come about? It came about because, first of all, these people were not Christians at that time. Saint Perpetua came to know about Christ, about the Bible, about the Word of God, which I try to share with you. And she really began to believe because she came to know the truth and the reality of the existence of Jesus, of his death, who died for us and rose again from the dead. He became a real person for her. So she decided to convert to Christianity or accept Jesus and to be baptized. But in the Roman Empire at that time, actually right from the beginning, there have been persecutions against the Christians, which continues even today, particularly in countries like India or in some of the Islamic countries. It continues. You have heard a lot about how churches were attacked during Christmas by Bajrang Dal, Vishwa Hindu Parishad, supported by RSS and the BJP, some of the MPs making noise. Anyway, that's part of India. But this persecution has been going on right from the beginning. I don't want to make the story very long, but Saint Perpetua, when she accepted Christ, her father, who was a big Roman official in the Roman Empire, tried to persuade her not to accept because this will go against her and it may even cause her death. And she said, no, I cannot accept that. And then she asked her father, she pointed out to a pot and she asked him, can you name this pot in any other name? He said, no, this is the pot. Exactly. I am a Christian and there is no change in how I am called. That is my identity. And then Felicity actually was her servant, and she was pregnant with 8-month-old child. Even Saint Perpetua was married at the age of 20 and already had a son. And in these difficult times, they were imprisoned, they were tortured, they were given all kinds of difficulties and torture so that they may denounce their faith and accept the king's this thing. No, but they were so convinced of God's love, of belonging to God. And even her brother, his name is Saturus, he also accepted Christianity at that time and followed very strictly along with them. And Felicity, who was her servant, was also told to give up her faith. She said, no, I have found Christ. And whatever torture they had, they were bitten by animals, they were tortured in all kinds of ways, but nothing happened. On the contrary, which is sometimes the story we hear about other saints as well, when they were being tortured, there was a smile on their face. And not only that, Saint Perpetua, it is said, when am I going to be fed to the animals? Because that is how these Romans used to play with the lives of people. It was kind of a sport for them. They used to hand over these people whom they persecuted and whom they wanted to put to death. They would throw them into the den of animals or leave the animals free on them. Like in the Colosseum in Rome, if you have visited or if you have heard about it, that they were left to wild, hungry animals. And this is what happened to them. But even then they were not killed. Finally, she said, who is there who is with the sword? And finally their throats were slit, but they did not give up their faith. This is the beauty of belonging to Christ. And once we are convinced of our faith, these days, as I already mentioned, in India, many are trying to bring ghar vapsi. That means return to their original faith of Hinduism or tribal religions or whatever. But if you have noticed what happened in Kandhamal way back in 2008, and after that, when the right-wing Hindutva groups tried to tell these people to change back to their original faith, they said, no, we have found Christ and we remain Christians. And my dear friends, if you like, you may please subscribe to this channel and share the videos with others. Thank you.